Hey guys, welcome back to this week's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate you as always. Today I want to talk about the importance of using data and insights as part of your larger influencer marketing program. Now, it seems kind of awkward that I bring that up because I think you need data and insights to identify which influencers you want to partner with. Nonetheless, I want to talk about a room I was involved in and as a participant in Clubhouse, and it was talking about influencer marketing. Now, I'm not quite sure who the panelists were, but it was a very interesting and heated discussion. There was a woman who went up and was talking about her experience working with an influencer. And this particular influencer had a multitude of followers, several million across TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, etc. And she managed to sell, 10 or 15 products. And, this marketer was very frustrated. She was, she felt let down. And there were other people chiming in about different experiences. Now, this isn't an isolated incident. We've seen, the New York Times and other larger publications talk about and cover stories where smaller brands were spending lots of money working with influencers and not really getting the return they expected. And this is why it's so important to use data and insights to inform the program, inform who you work with, instead of after the fact. Well, actually, you can use both, but the upfront research and analysis is super important. Now, there's a couple ways to think about this. Again, there's the upfront research, and then there's the optimization of the program. Now, I want to talk quickly about, the different data points used when identifying true influence. Now, there are 4 data points that I use, and you can weight them differently, but there are 4 main points, and I think most other marketers kind of measure influence the same way. And that is why research and analysis is so important to inform the program before you even reach out to the influencer. And certainly there's other things that you can do to make sure that you are protecting yourself as a brand. But I want to talk about a couple different ways to use data to, again, not just identify, but then also optimize during the program. Now, there are 4 data points that I think most marketers are using when measuring influence. There's reach, relevance, resonance, and reference. Now, reach is pretty self-explanatory. It's the number of followers or the community size across all channels, including RSS subscribers, etc. There's also relevance. So how often is the influencer talking about the industry? Now, did they mention it in passing in an article, or are they the authority in it? Are they talking about it day in and day out? And then resonance is when they do talk about the topic at hand, is it resonating with their audiences? Meaning, are they liking it, commenting on it, subscribing to it, linking to it? And the last one is reference. And the reference is, I think, one that separates true influence from those who may not be as influential. And what reference is when you look to see and understand if the influencer is being referenced by a few different audiences. Other influencers, the media, analysts, and or your audience. If your audience are IT decision makers, you want to make sure that your particular influencer reaches that audience. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. And that reference point is just that. It helps, again, separate those who may be influential to a point, but it does kind of draw a line in the sand to say, okay, well, if you really want to reach your audience, then you need to work with these particular influencers. Now, those 4 data points are critical before, you decide to launch a program. It really does help identify which influencers to partner with. Now, once you've identified the right influencers to partner with, and your program is in market, it's currently running, you're trying to sell product or get leads, and it's not performing at your expectations, then you have to ask yourself, well, it's not necessarily always the influencer's fault, right? It's maybe not that they don't have influence, but maybe the shopping cart experience needs to be optimized. Maybe it's not very easy for me to, click and buy or fill out my, username and email address, etc., to generate and get leads. And so once you do that and you make the checkout process as seamless as possible, and they're still not selling products, then you may have a problem, right? Then you need to figure out, okay, is this the right influencer? Or better yet, are these even the right KPIs? Is influencer marketing good for sales? Or is it good to generate engagement and build community and build conversation? So that was it. That was, a great conversation in Clubhouse about influencer marketing. And I just want to provide my 2 cents because I didn't get a chance to speak up. I was on my treadmill listening to this room, and I want to, again, provide my perspective on the importance of using data when not just identifying the right influencers, but also, optimizing the program, along the way. So thank you again for your time. Appreciate it. Hope you're well. Hope you are safe. And until I see you next time, have a good day.